New Caledonia opens for cruising, Carnival Luminosa is now on sale, and I'm organising a group cruise. I'm Adrian, the Cruise and Travel Guy. As always, thank you for subscribing to my channel, and if you haven't done so yet, please hit that subscribe button. Before I dive into this week's news, I just wanted to quickly mention that I'm organising a group cruise on board Virgin Voyages' Resilient Lady. We'll be sailing on the maiden Australian cruise round trip from Melbourne on December 11th, 2023. Over 5 nights, the ship will visit Hobart and Burnie in Tasmania. If you'd like to learn more or register your interest, I've popped a link in the description below. On with the news. New Caledonia is officially open for cruise business. The tropical South Pacific nation has finally agreed to open to cruise tourism. After having already been the ship to bring cruising back to Australia, New Zealand and Fiji, P&O's Pacific Explorer will once again be the ship that breaks the cruising drought in New Caledonia. The ship was scheduled to sail to Vanuatu on October 1st, but those ports have been instead replaced with a call in New Caledonia's capital Noumea and Lifou. Despite reports from earlier this year indicating that Vanuatu had reopened to cruise tourism, the country is, according to P&O, not yet ready to accept cruise guests. Hopefully Vanuatu is not far behind their island neighbours in once again accepting cruise ships into their stunning ports. In line with New Caledonia's requirements, all guests will need to show proof of international travel insurance with both COVID and cruise coverage before being allowed to board the ship. Major cruise lines are now welcoming unvaccinated guests on board their ships, with Royal Caribbean, Carnival and Celebrity among those to make changes. While in most cases, vaccinated travellers will no longer be required to provide a negative test in order to board, unvaccinated guests will still have to, though in many cases, a self-administered rapid antigen test will now be sufficient. The changes are dependent on where the ship is sailing to and from, because of course local health regulations will determine what requirements the cruise lines must meet. This is still the case in Australia, for example, where government regulations mean that all cruise lines operating in local waters need to have a vaccination rate among guests of at least 95%. It seems our southernmost state, Tasmania, has launched a mission to ban large cruise ships. As reported by the cruise passenger publication, the Tourism Industry Council of Tasmania is calling for a 5-year ban on large cruise ships. The tourism body is specifically referencing ships that carry up to 5,000 guests, as opposed to smaller and medium ships which they believe bring a vibrant cruise tourism industry to the state. Looking at the majority of ships that call Australia home, the largest among them, Royal Caribbean's Quantum class, carries approximately 4,200 passengers at double occupancy. The majority of ships sailing here carry less than that, and without major infrastructure upgrades in our local region, I personally don't see how any larger ships will be coming down to our local shores, let alone Tasmania's, anytime soon. As some of you know, I was on board Pacific Encounter's activation cruise last week. Watch the tour if you haven't. And one of the things I noticed was that there were no edge facilities installed. P&O's range of adrenaline-inducing features like the Flying Fox were due to be installed before her arrival into Australia. P&O had previously announced that Encounter's twin racing water slides wouldn't be installed until early 2023, and they've now confirmed that their edge facilities will be added around the same time. Carnival have officially launched a range of cruises to be booked on board their new Carnival Luminosa. The ship's first scheduled cruise sails from Brisbane on Sunday, November 6th, and cruises are available to book all the way through until April 2024. The ship will conclude her first Australian deployment in April 2023 before embarking on a 22-night Trans-Pacific repositioning cruise, after which she will sail her first season in Alaska before returning to Brisbane in October. Finally this week, P&O's Pacific Adventure has arrived in Singapore on her way home to Australia. According to the New South Wales port schedule, she will arrive into Sydney Harbour and dock at the Overseas Passenger Terminal on Friday, September 9th. Well, that's it for this week's cruise news update. Wherever you are, thank you very much for watching. If you are interested in that group cruise, you can hit the link in the description below to learn more and register your interest. You can also head to my website to book a cruise, thecruiseandtravelguy.com.au, and if you haven't done so already, you can follow me on Facebook and Instagram at The Cruise and Travel Guy. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. P&O's Pacific Explorer will also be the ship that reopens cruising in Noumea. Damn it, New Caledonia. After having already been the ship that, nope. The changes are dependent on where the ship is sailing to and from, and of course, It seems our southernmost state, Tasmania, has launched an